Let's get this done, shall we?
Hello, one and all, and welcome to the MegaMets Podcast for New Japan Pro Wrestling's Destruction in Kobe 2025, which will be taking place next Sunday, September the 28th, from the Hyogo World Memorial Hall in Kobe, Japan. 8 matches listed on this card.
Thankfully, it's only 8 matches and not like 64 or something.
Given that this is more of a mid-tier show, not surprised it's only 8 matches.
At least some guys need to get money on their pay. Get at least a payday.
True. We kick it off with a 6-man tag match as YOSHI, Yuya Uemura, and Shota Umino take on the House of Tortures, Dick Togo, SANADA, and Evil. I mean, Evil gave us a heart attack. He was this close to winning the G1. And thank God he didn't win. It's Takashita going to KPW with that title shot in his pocket.
Yep. Thank God for that. Otherwise, you would have had a heart attack going through that. Jesus Christ.
That and the New Japan fan base would have boycotted having Evil as IWGP World Heavyweight Champion again.
It would have been a riot, all things considered. My vote's going to be on HASHI's team.
Same here. You're up.
Next up, a second match with a 30-minute time limit, part of the Hiroshi Tanahashi Final Road connection. Tanahashi versus Great-O-Khan.
This is going to be tough for the ace. I mean, he's only 4 months, little less than 4 months from retirement. Let's see, today's the 16th, which happens to be my 38th birthday today.
Yeah. Happy birthday, Mets.
Thanks, partner.
Always show respect.
14, 45, 75, 106. He's only today, he's only 110 days away from retirement. By the time we get to Kobe, that number is down to 98. I'm going to give this to O-Khan.
I'm probably also going to do the same for O-Khan because this is just the road to Tanahashi's retirement.
Which will be in the Tokyo Dome on Sunday, January the 4th, 2026.
That's basically not for another 4 months.
3.5, but whatever.
Yeah, good enough.
Next up, for the Never Openweight Championship, Boltin Oleg will make his second defense. His opposition, House of Tortures, Don Fale, FKA, Bad Luck Fale. My guess is, even though Evil beat Oleg in the G1, he said, I don't really care for this title shot. I've won it. I've won that belt 4 times. I don't need it. I've got bigger fish to fry. So I'm giving the title shot to Fale. That's my best guess as to why it's Fale and not Evil in this spot.
So Oleg versus Fale, huh? And this is his second defense.
Yeah. Oleg is going to have it. Bolton's going to have his work cut out for him. I mean, true. Up until recently defecting from the War Dogs to the House of Torture, we haven't seen Fale in years because he's been basically busy running the Rogue Army. In New Japan's Oceania branch, Tanahashi. As well as running his own dojo in New Zealand.
Yeah. Then this could be tough for him.
But then again, Fale, no stranger to singles gold. He's a former IWGP Intercontinental Champion. But in the recent decade, he's made more of his success as a tag wrestler. Does that stigma still rub off on him? I don't know. You know what? I'm just going to go out on a limb. I'm going to give it to Fale.
I'm also going to give it to Fale. Since Oleg's going to have his work cut out for him, I'd say he just dropped the belt to Fale.
You're up.
And now we have ourselves a tag team championship match for the IWGP tag team titles. Taichi and Tomohiro Ishii in their first defense against the challengers OSKAR and Yuto-Ice.
The Knockout Brothers, who joined the War Dogs at the G1 final. In all honesty, about time that the War Dogs got some new blood into the ranks. after what happened in June, over the course of June, where the House of Torture just basically decimated them. Throw in the fact that Gabe Kidd has been indulging more in his AEW commitments, which leaves just Maloney and Finlay. There's not really much for the War Dogs to do. So by injecting the Knockout Brothers into this, it actually gives them a legitimate tag team to chase these titles.
I have to agree with you on that.
And given Taichi and Ishii's track records with belts in New Japan lately, where they've dropped them on first defenses, this is looking pretty bleak for the tag champs. I'm going to give this to the Knockout Bros.
I'm also giving it to them. They're not going to last, believe me.
Next up is a special singles match. Taiji Ishimori faces, shockingly enough, and even though it's not for this belt, the new GHC Junior Heavyweight Champion, Hiromu Takahashi.
What's his play in all this? Yeah, I know it's a non-title match, but still.
Got me. My guess is this. Ishimori imprinted himself on that belt during his time in Noah. 3 reigns, 16 defenses. 12 defenses over 500 plus days. The longest individual reign of all time that went over 300. That was like 370 some odd, with 10 defenses alone in that first reign.
Mm-hmm.
And to Ishimori, Hiromu having that belt is an insult to his pride as a man who basically got his career going on the arc.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. These days, Ishimori couldn't give a damn about Noah, but that belt is part of his legacy. And he feels like it's a spit in the face that Hiromu's got it. And for those wondering, Hiromu will be defending that title on October 11th against Eita in Ryogoku.
Yep.
I'm going to give this to Takahashi, believe it or not. Mostly as he needs some means of fodder to build him up for his match against Eita on October 11th.
There.
Where do you side?
I'm just going to throw a bone and give the vote to Taiji Ishimori.
Give it to the Bone Soldier, huh?
Yeah, why not? And it looks like we got more than one special singles match. Yota Tsuji versus David Finlay.
For Finlay, this is a grudge match. In a way, you could argue that in Finlay's mind, Yota Tsuji has been the catalyst for his downward spiral that he's been having in 2020, since the back end of 2024 and the entirety of 2025. Don't believe me? Let's run it down. July and August of last year, both were in the G1 Climax and the same block. Both got to the playoffs, and in both G1 matches, Tsuji got the W over Finlay. They don't cross paths again until Wrestle Kingdom 19. Global title on the line in January. Finlay loses the gold to Tsuji. A month later, the House of Torture tries to stage a coup with Finlay's back turned. Then in March, Finlay wins the New Japan Cup. But a few weeks later in April, he fails to convert that victory into IWGP World Heavyweight Gold in his match against Hiroki Goto, who was the champion at the time.
I see.
Then in May, he succeeds in kicking the House of Torture out in the Dog Pound Cage match, which leads to the Dog Collar match between him and Evil in June, where the House of Torture's numbers game just decimated the War Dogs. Down. Started the G1 in July. Finlay gets off to a rough start, losing 4 of his first 5. And needs
It's gotta suck.
Yeah, basically on the bubble, he has to win his final 4 just to sneak in on a playoff spot. And he does. Unfortunately, he gets knocked out by Konosuke Takeshita.
Ouch.
Damn right. down. So now it's time for Finlay. I mean, sure, he beat Tsuji during the G1 to get a tiebreaker and end up as A2, but it wasn't enough.
Yeah.
That said, for Finlay, this is a chance to wipe the slate clean. For Tsuji, this is a chance to get back on track. But if you ask me, Finlay deserves it more, but I've brought the coin out. If it's heads, Tsuji. Tails, Finlay.
Flip it.
Coin says heads, but screw that. I'm taking Finlay.
Probably pretty much. I'll also do the same and take Finlay. We're now at the semi-main.
For the IWGP Global Heavyweight title, Gabe Kidd in his second defense faces the Dragon Shingo Takagi. These two have had incredible chemistry over the years. It's raw aggression versus raw aggression. But with Shingo in his mid-40s as opposed to Gabe, who's in his early 30s, I gotta say, Shingo's in his handicap, is in a handicap of sorts. I'm not kidding myself, partner. I don't see Shingo coming out on top here. I'm giving this to the war-ready one.
I'm seeing the same thing, too.
Granted,
Gabe's
for
gonna
Kidd,
retain.
the only reason Kidd owes Shingo this title shot is because of the knee injury he suffered, which basically took him out of the G1. So there's still a murderer's row he's got to go through. The only man he won't defend the title against in his block. Let me double check. There it is. Are Maloney and he would be Drill Maloney, since they're both part of Bullet Club. And Zack Sabre Jr. is out of the question since he's the IWGP World Heavyweight Champion anyway. Catch my drift?
Yeah.
Last one's all you.
Now we reach the main event for the IWGP World Heavyweight title. The champion, Zack Sabre Jr., who is also the 13th IWGP World Heavyweight Champion, in his second defense against the challenger, Red Narita.
And the winner of this faces Konosuke Takeshita and Ryogoku, as Takeshita is going to pull the same stunt that Zack did last year.
Yep.
Personally, I wish Takeshita didn't do that, because then you basically cheat both both Shota Umino and Hiroki Goto out of their title shots. In my view, it should have been Umino at Ryogoku, let Takeshita wait until Wrestle came to burn his G1 victory, and let Goto, who I'm pretty sure will be on his way back by the time Power Struggle hits, face Zack in a rubber match. I mean, the other reason, aside from elbow issues, that Goto's been gone is that he's been cast for the Street Fighter movie coming out next year.
Yeah.
Anyone know who he's playing?
Who?
Honda.
Goddamn.
I mean, I get picking him to play Honda, but still, he doesn't look the part of a sumo. I mean, sure, I know there are wrestlers whose ring names that are that small and nimble that basically equate to saying they're chicken bones. But Honda's like in the 400 to 500 pound range. Goto's only around 230, 240 at best. But in any case, this is a no-brainer. We want Sabre versus Takeshita. Fuck Narita. I'm giving Zack the title.
I'm giving it also to Zack.
That's it for tonight's MegaMets podcast. We'll be back on Friday to do our predictions for AEW All Out.
Can't wait for that.
Comment, like, share, and sub. He's Mega Man G. I'm Mets2128. You can follow us up. Follow the show also attached to the ABSN and the Hardcore Sports Networks. Goodbye and good night. Bang.
Indeed. See you next time. See you Friday.
Right.